I'm Ashley Funkhauser, and today I'll be talking about personalized learning. In my path to defining personalized learning, I learned that there were a lot of opinions out there about what it was. In fact, part of the controversy around personalized learning is that it has so many different definitions from different people. The U.S. Department of Education offers a very simplistic definition for personalized learning: instruction in which the pace of learning and the instructional approach are optimized for the needs of each learner. Although there are many different types of definitions for personalized learning, they all do have some things in common. The first thing they have in common is that the pace of learning is modified to the needs of each student. Students' interests are also taken into account when personalizing learning. Students are also given choices in what, how, when, and even sometimes where their learning occurs. Content, learning techniques, and goals are modified for each student. Finally, technology often plays a key role in personalizing learning. There are a lot of supporters of personalized learning, but yet there are others who say that it's just a fad. Skeptics have a lot of arguments about why personalized learning should not be used in schools. One of the biggest issues that they have pointed out is that it's mostly being emphasized by big technology supporters, such as Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, rather than being proved by evidence. The RAND Corporation has studied this more closely, and it is unclear what the research actually proves. Senior scientist John F. Payne states that the research is very weak at this point. The second big issue with personalized learning is that it's very difficult for teachers to personalize for every student due to class size and time constraint. To make up for this, administrators and teachers turn to technology tools that are meant to personalize learning for students based on data that they receive. Skeptics say that having students learn in this way removes the contextual nature of skill building and instead segments it, which is harder for the mind to comprehend. In fact, by having students be so reliant on technologies in schools like this, it's also taking away their ability to interact with other students, which in turn makes them less socialized. The final big reason that skeptics go against personalized learning is that frequent data collection can be stressful for some students, and that data collection, in order to make the results more immediate so as to give student feedback, has to be relied upon algorithms from websites which have not been perfected yet, as PL is so new. Supporters of personalized learning argue that the benefits outweigh the cons. Their argument is that students have a higher engagement level in their learning, seeing as it's more based on their interests and personal needs. Katrina Stevens, the Deputy Director in the Office of Educational Technology, sums up the supporters' main points. Supporters state that personalized learning, when combined with technology, allows students to have immediate feedback from their teachers on how well they're doing as they work toward accomplishing a goal. This real-time feedback helps them to accomplish mastery faster. Higher-level students that are able to meet mastery are given more learning opportunities that help them grow, allowing them to meet higher learning expectations and goals that would have been less possible in a traditional classroom setting. Students that have more difficulty reaching mastery are able to get extra help to make learning more meaningful and relevant. In both cases, students are able to move at their own pace, which takes the stress out of learning. Allowing student choice gives students a say in their learning, which increases their agency, empowering them to accomplish more. This helps them to understand their strengths and weaknesses and what strategies work for them so that they are able to become lifelong learners. Finally, supporters argue that content mastery increases with personalized learning because students are given the opportunity to practice and test themselves on a skill until they are successful at it. Allowing interest-based and more student-driven lessons encourages students to take ownership over their learning, which motivates them intrinsically on their pathway toward mastery. Alison Zamuda is one expert practitioner of PL. She writes a blog called Learning Personalized, which gives teachers information about personalized learning and how they could implement it in their own classroom. She has also written several books on the topic. She argues that many people say all students need to learn the same skills, but this is not the case. Some students come into your classroom already having previous knowledge of certain skills, or at different points in learning about those skills. This is where personalized learning is most beneficial. It decreases student boredom because students are able to work at their own pace. She offers readers that are interested in pursuing personalized learning some steps that they can take to start, although she emphasizes that there is no perfect starting spot. Zamuda says offering student choice, using data to inform instruction, flexible seating, allowing goal setting by students, understanding your students, and allowing them to pick how they show mastery of a concept are all good starting points for personalized learning in your classroom. She encourages teachers to try it out as they are now the facilitator of learning in their room instead of being the only knowledge holder. Liz Brown is another expert practitioner of PL, and she writes the blog called Teach Between the Lines. She also has a Teachers Pay Teachers shop and supplies teachers with digital materials that support personalized learning. She gives teachers steps that they can take when they want to personalize learning units as well. She explains that personalized learning does not take away direct instruction. It merely supplements student learning through various means, including coaching workshops, small group instruction, discussion, independent learning, and group flex learning. In all of these cases, students are given more choice and become co-writers of curriculum. She explains that this is important because when you give students more control over their learning, they are more intrinsically motivated to be successful. This page lists some resources that may help teachers as they implement personalized learning. Teach Between the Lines is a blog from Liz Brown where she goes into detail about personalized learning, how to implement it in the classroom, and strategies to use. If you need student materials, you can visit her shop on Teachers Pay Teachers. Learning Personalized is a blog from Allison Zamunda which gives teachers a better understanding of what personalized learning is. 10 Tips for Personalized Learning via Technology helps teachers see how technology should be implemented in a PL classroom so it does not take the place of the teacher. Finally, the article How Do Teachers Know If They're Getting Personalized Learning Right offers teachers supportive explanations of what their classroom environment and lessons should look like. If you would like even more resources, you can visit my Pinterest page using the link below. Technology is a big part of personalized learning, and as new technology surfaces, it will impact how teachers personalize in their classrooms. It's important to remember that technology is not the sole foundation of personalized learning, but rather a tool to assist teachers in implementing it in their classrooms. Some technologies that are projected to come out include artificial intelligence programs that help teachers give immediate feedback to students as it can pick up trends in their work and identify students' strengths and weaknesses. For example, if a student is writing an essay in English class, the teacher cannot possibly give feedback immediately on every single student's work due to growing class sizes. This would help teachers create more relevant lessons rather than teaching the concept from scratch. Technology also helps teachers to push out certain assignments and resources to smaller groups or even individual students, which helps teachers create their own personalized learning lessons rather than relying solely upon technology programs. Instructing students through different forms of media will also be popular in the future because it will be easier for them to access as technology becomes more widespread. The great news is that personalized learning adapts to new changes in technology. Part of the skeptic's argument is that technology programs and the algorithm designed to analyze data are not perfected yet, but in the future they will be more accurate. As technology develops, it will only increase the power of personalized learning alongside teachers who are prepared to utilize it as a tool for learning rather than the only source. The traditional model of education was based on industrialization, where we needed to get mass amounts of students to understand concepts. This clearly had its benefits, but its setbacks were numerous because students are not one size fits all. Personalized learning addresses that concern. We need to make education more student-driven and learner-focused. Personalized learning helps tailor their education to their specific needs and interests so that they are able to obtain mastery of content at a much higher level.